Good day. When Henry VIII took the throne, he inherited warships from his father, Henry VII. Those warships, though, were merchant ships converted for war, or at least in design they were. They had castles at the front and the back to have people in to fight, and they were used to transport soldiers to enemy ships or to enemy harbours. And that ship's company, the soldiers and the sailors on board, would fight against the soldiers and sailors on board the enemy ships. As you got close, you would shoot guns and you would shoot bows against the ship's company. But Henry VIII had powerful guns, and the 16th century we see great advances in gunpowder and gun making, and we had ships carrying guns capable of sinking other ships. So the way that we fight at sea changes completely. Rather than being ship's company against ship's company, it can now be ship against ship. The ship stops being a vehicle to get your crew to the enemy, and it starts being a floating gun platform, a weapon in and of itself. And that meant that Henry's ships could no longer simply be merchant ships converted for war. Instead, Henry VIII founded a navy with purpose-built warships. And these warships carried huge numbers of guns, but they carried ship-killing guns as well as those that were useful against people. The biggest change that he made, though, was not just in commissioning purpose-built warships, it was in establishing an administration. Civilians who were responsible for making sure there were enough cannons and gunpowder and cannonballs. People that were responsible for taking census and knowing where skilled seamen could be found, where mariners lived, so that in times of emergency, in times of war, doors could be knocked on and they could be told that they were being hired for the navy. And it was a good sum of money as well, so not an entirely unpopular service. Henry VIII then, by the end of his reign, had nearly 60 purpose-built warships. He had a civilian administration which could maintain them, look after them, make sure that they were suitable for sea, know where they were and where the people to crew them could be found. Henry VIII inherited ships used for war, but he founded a professional navy fighting with heavy guns against other ships. Great change, I think you'll agree.